Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be making some Royston ribbon turquoise. So here's what we're going to need for today. I've got my Sculpey Premo translucent clay, and then I have a little bit of Sculpey Premo Peacock and Mint. And then I have 4 different alcohol inks. I have yellow ochre, cool brown, beige, and gold. I have my tissue blade. I've got my acrylic roller. I also have a gold chrome sort of paint pen marker. This step will be optional, but it just adds another extra little element to the piece. I'll also be using my Atlas 150 clay roller and some disposable gloves. So let's get started. So I've already cut up my Sculpey translucent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by dyeing the turquoise portion, which is going to be the smallest section. So I'm going to take this smaller piece, and I'm not going to use all of this because this is too much, but I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take like that amount of the peacock and this amount of the mint, and I'm going to mix this together in order to get my turquoise color. And the reason I'm doing this instead of clay, this instead of alcohol ink, is it just going to be a bit more pigmented, which is what I'm going for. So I'm going to run that through my clay roller until it's nice and combined. So this is the turquoise I ended up with, which I'm really happy with. I wanted a turquoise that's really nice and bright, but still has a little bit of the translucent quality, which is why I'm using the translucent base for this instead of just mixing those colors. So before I move on to the other portion, we're just gonna fold this one in half and dice it. Then we're just going to separate out the pieces and we're going to coat them. We're going to go and coat them with the cool brown and with the beige. So I'm going to divide it into 2 groups, one bigger than the other. We're just going to do a little bit with the beige. Just add a few drops because we don't have very much here. Less is more, we can always add more. I always start with the lighter color first. Sort of like that. Oops. We're just kind of going until we have most of the pieces covered. So once you've coated them and they've dried for a minute, it won't take very long. I'm just going to take them and mix them together into one little pile. And then I'm going to go and add just a couple drops of gold. Make sure to mix your gold really well, like shake it before applying it. That's just gonna break up the sediment that will collect at the bottom and make sure that it's nice and pigmented. And I'm just gonna add a couple drops. Oh, really like that. Now I'm going to set this aside to dry and we're going to mix the rest of our colors. So I just rolled these out just so that they're easier to apply the color to, but we want 3 pieces and we're going to create sort of a gradient of warm brown on them using the beige, cool brown, and yellow ochre. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in like this. First one I'm going to do cool brown and yellow, And I'm just gonna do different intensities of these colors. Oops. This one I'll do beige, a small dot of brown, and a small dot of the yellow. And then for the last one, I'll do so just to get sort of different shades of this general color. And then go back with your glove, and I'm just going to mix it like this. So I can kind of see the color a little bit. Use different fingers so we're not, you know. And then we're gonna mix these, and then we'll adjust the colors as we need to. So here they are after our first pass. I'm happy with this one. These ones I want to tweak a little bit more. I'd like to get this one a bit darker. So I'm gonna go back in with this. And for this one, I want to get it a little bit less yellow. So I'm gonna add more beige to it and just a touch of this. And I'm gonna go and remix those and then see how that's looking. Okay, so here they are after the second pass. So I'm happier with this. I actually went and added just a touch of white clay to this one just to bring it a bit more muted. So if you have that, you can go for that. Yeah, so these are ready to be chopped up now. So we're just going to dice these up. I like to fold it in half before I do it, just so they're a bit thicker. And then we're going to coat them. I'm gonna dice them a bit on the larger side, just because I don't want there to be a ton of veining for this portion. And they're just gonna be mixed all together in one big group. Okay, mix them together like this. I'm gonna chop it a couple more times just together, just to get some variety in the shape. Now we're going to divide this into two groups, and one we're just going to do the cool brown, and then the other we're going to do a mix of beige with a little bit of the cool brown to coat them. And as I always say, less is more with this, especially when you're using darker alcohol inks, because they tend to bleed a little bit even if you let them fully dry. So that's how you end up with blurry lines instead of nice sharp ones. I'm just roughly mixing it over the pieces. I'm gonna add a little bit more to that one. That's good, and then do the same thing here. Okay, and then we can mix them together into one pile. So it's probably dry enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of this first and just lay it out into a layer here like this. And then we're gonna take our turquoise and sprinkle it on top. We want to keep the turquoise layer relatively thin so that it really is a ribbon. So if you find it piling up too high, then we're just gonna add more of this to the ground so that there's room for it to spread out a little bit more. Sort of like that. Going until I've used up all my turquoise, and then I'm going to add the rest of the browns on top of this. And just make a layer on top of all of this turquoise that I've just done. Kind of like that. So then once you have this pile, then we can form it into a cane, just in the normal way that we would, just by pressing down and moving it about. Now because we want to keep the turquoise line thin, the cane itself might stay a little bit thinner than we normally would do. But that is okay. So here we have our cane. So we're going to turn it this way, and then we're just going to slice into it. See, look how cool that looks. So we kind of have this ribbon of turquoise going through these pieces. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take them and sort of try to match them together and form a couple slabs, just sort of like this. That's a big chunk there. And I'm trying to just sort of match the turquoise pieces together as best I can, but it doesn't actually, it's up to you. And then this one's kind of just a bigger one. Okay. Oops. I guess I put them way up there where you can see. There we go. So it kind of matched like that. And then I'm gonna take my acrylic roller and I'm just gonna roll them till they combine, and then I'll put them through my clay roller. Just trying to get these edges to stick together a bit. Just like that. Okay. And I'll just use this to, my tissue blade, to pick them up off of here. And then I'm gonna put it through this way on my clay roller. You could start on setting 0 and then bump it up to a 2 to get it to the cutting thickness. So here's what they look like rolled out. So now comes the optional step. This is not really that present in typical Royston ribbon turquoise, but we're having fun and we're doing our own thing. So this could be a cool addition to add. So if you go in with your gold chrome marker and just outline where the turquoise is, it just makes a cool effect, I find. So I'm gonna do that, and I do that before I cut it, just so that way when I'm cutting the pieces I have the full effect of what it's gonna look like. So I just give it a good shake so that there's lots of pigment here, and then you can just line sort of the edge of the turquoise just for an additional cool effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to all these pieces because I want to. It's up to you if you want to do that too or not. And then I'll come back and show you what the final slabs look like before I cut into them. So here they are with that gold border. I just love that. I think it adds such a cool element to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these up, and then I will come back and show you what the final pieces look like. And here are a couple of the pairs I made using that slab. I love how these turned out. They look so cool. So yeah, that's this week's tutorial. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below, and I'll be back soon with another tutorial. Thanks, bye.